On behalf of all of us present here, may I now request the Chairman of the Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program for Self-Transformation, the All India President of the Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organizations, Shri Nimish Pandya ji, to come and deliver the Chairman's address. Shri Nimish Pandya ji.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering our most humble salutations to our Divine Master, Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, and seeking His blessings upon all of us, to always be with us and to bless us that we fulfill His wish, His desire, and always make Him happy with our conduct. Respected Shri Chakravarti, Shri Ratnakar, all the trustees of the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust, all the members of the Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organization, the members of the faculty that leads this program throughout the country, our coordinator, Dr. Gopi, the organizing team, all my state youth coordinators, both gents and ladies, the points of contact that really spearheaded this entire course for the year, and my brothers and sisters of the batch of 2020, 2021, and 2022, which has just started. Sai Ram to all of you, and greetings on this beautiful day. When Brother Tiwari spoke about his journey and the wish of his grandfather and father, and ultimately he was standing here today, I was reminded that Swami used to always say that the real education of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning happens in the Sai Kulwant Hall when the children assemble here. Because this is the place potent with vibrations, charged by the Lord Himself, by the Divine Master. He used to say, when children come and sit in my presence, the real learning happens here. All the others are instrumentalities that gear up the situation. But you, brothers and sisters, today are indeed really the students of Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba assembled here in the beautiful Sai Kulwant Hall of Prashanthi Nilayam. Whatever you may learn in 29 weeks, it can't be compared to what you experience in these few hours sitting in the Sai Kulwant Hall. There is no comparison to that, brothers and sisters, and therefore, truly we need to be indebted to Bhagwan for this opportunity that has come our way of assembling in the divine precincts of Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, the Sai Kulwant Hall of Prashanthi Nilayam. There are many, many young men and women all over the world. But there is no hesitation in my mind but to see that you are the blessed ones who had the opportunity to come to Prashanthi Nilayam and be here in the divine precincts. Dear brothers, young men and women, I must tell you, this course of Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program for Self-Transformation has no parallel in the whole world. This is the best course that you can ever go through. Because this course is not a course of skill development. It's not a course of knowledge. But as Bhagwan used to always say, you must have knowledge, you skill the knowledge, you put into practice, and ultimately get the insight into what the truth is. We are not conducting this course so that you can become leaders to lead somebody else. This is not the goal of the course. The goal of the course here is to understand the art of self-mastery for which the avatar came on the face of this earth. He came to tell you and me that we are reflections of the divinity. We are embodiments of perfection, as perfect as the divine master himself. And therefore our goal is set for all young men and women that perfection in life on the perception of divinity which prevails within each one of us is the idea. Bhagavan said that I've created the entire platform of the Sri Sathya Sai organization only with one purpose. I have nothing to do with this organization, but I've created this organization and gifted it to you so that you can strengthen your one-to-one relationship with me, and that is the Divine Master who resides in our heart. Brothers and sisters, have no doubt that all the skills that we may earn, all the knowledge that we can get, unless we put into practice, it has no meaning. It's only when we put it into practice that the experience of divinity within will come. And what is that going to do to you? It's going to tell you and assure you that in every thought, word and deed that each one of us has, every second of our lives, the Master is the guide. He is the prompter. He is the director. He is the doer. Let us learn at His divine lotus feet that the avatar came on the face of this earth to tell us that, look, I am with you all the time. I am doing everything for you. Feel it, read it, realize it. And therefore, day-to-day life is not going to be divorced from the experience that the Master is the doer behind all of us. What you breathe, what you think, what you do, everything is controlled by Him. We've heard Bhagavan tell many, many young men, तुम कुछ प्लानिंग नहीं करो, तुम्हारा सब प्लानिंग हमने किया है. Realize that doesn't mean that you don't go into action, but you enter into the world of action with total surrender to Him, both in happiness and sorrow. Everything that you do, you think, you act, surrender to Swami. Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba is not a guru. He's not a saint. Let us not make the mistake of comparing or even thinking that Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba is one of the milieu of gurus and saints that come on this face of this earth. He is the ultimate master of the cosmos. He is your very breath. He is my very breath. And therefore, without Him, there is no you and there is no me. Whether you believe in any form of God or not, understand one thing, that every breath that you and I breathe is Him. It is His energy. It is His grace. It is His blessings. And when you use that power, imagine the compassion of the Master. He came to tell you and me, I've come down to tell you that I'm inside you, I'm outside you, above you. Use me. Here is the Master who wants to be used by us. But mankind gets lost in this world of senses and forgets and believes everything that you do, I do, meh, goes on all the time. We're not able to dissociate from the world of attraction and not able to attach ourselves to the Divine Master and give Him the credit. Therefore, many times remember in life, if anybody praises you and tells you, sir, you've done a fantastic job, don't take it seriously, because that is the biggest lie in the world. The real master, the doer, is Bhagavan Himself. And when you keep that courage and that faith, He's the prompter. In the divine drama, He's the prompter within. And therefore, the Dhyan Vahini is the foundation of your course. To silence the mind and listen to His voice, increase the volume within, and unhesitatingly depend upon Him. There's a lovely story when Lord Vishnu and Ma Lakshmi were reclining, Vishnu was reclining and Mataji was trying to do Pada Seva to Lord Vishnu. And Ma Lakshmi was saying that, Lord, you keep on running every time, wherever there is a call, where is the prayer, you keep on running people down. You hardly take any rest. He says, no, Ma. It is my duty to go and help every devotee of mine, irrespective of color, caste, creed and religion. So suddenly when this dialogue was going on, Lord Vishnu got up suddenly and started moving. So Ma asked him, where are you going? No, there is one devotee of mine who needs help and I have to run and help him immediately. Suddenly after a few seconds he came back. So Ma asked him, what happened? Why did you come back? No, you see, what was happening was that somebody was mistreating my devotee and he was crying for help. But before I go there, he himself started fighting with the other guy, so I had no role to perform. I came back and rested again. Every time God wants to come and help you and me, But you say, no, main kar lega, I will do. So God says, okay, you do, I go and rest. Now you take, whether the I do syndrome is the correct syndrome or Swami surrender, Samarpayami, that I was talking. Samarpayami is not only in words, it is in action. It is a fact that we need to work. Brothers and sisters, the Sri Satya Sai Seva organization of this country, of the world that Swami has established, is a golden opportunity for all of you to put into practice. Knowledge, skill, but the practice is important in day-to-day life and on the platform of the Sri Satya Sai organization. Then we will be ensconced and fortified in our insight that the real doer is the master himself. Brothers and sisters, go back home. Remember, silence is the greatest message of Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Truthful action is the need that Bhagwan draws us. Do not get carried away in plagiarism. Do not get carried away by friends. Swami used to always say there is only one friend on the face of this earth, and that is God, and He is inside him. Therefore, keep this friendship with God for young men and women is very important. Time is important. You are young today. I remember I was also young, sitting like you in the Cyclone Hall many years ago. But time and tide waits for no one. The said Nimish became Nimish Bhai, to Nimish Uncle, to Nimish Dadaji. I am still the same person, but the perception changes. Today, Tiwari will come and stand as a young man, but when Tiwari will be called Dadaji, Tiwari himself will not realize. When my sisters, when they will become Dada and Dadis, they will not become Dadijis, he will not realize. Because time doesn't wait. The frame of life is given from beginning, and we don't know. It is in this frame of life, self-confidence by surrendering to God is an opportunity. You take it or you leave it. Don't miss it. Youth is a time to invest. Youth is not a time to spend. Youth is a time to invest in good thoughts, good health, good mind, good company, and in sadhana, in sacrifice, so that you become a master of yourself. Where you get the art of always being at peace, both in happiness and sorrow. You don't swing like a pendulum. That is the evaluation of the entire story. We conduct this course not because we want to teach you so much content. We conduct this course because we want to offer all ourselves at the divine lotus feet so that each one of you gets the divine experience of the reality of life. The ability to use the power for compassion, use the power for forgiveness, use the power for perfection, use the power for achievement for the sake of mankind, not selfish achievement. These are the beautiful qualities that Bhagwan wants us to learn. Go back, brothers and sisters, to your states. Go back and join the Satya Sai organization. Most of you are already a part of it. Go wholehearted. But there also don't be selfish. When you go back to the world, to the Satya Sai organization in your state, become inspirations for many, many more young men and women to come forward and join. Because what you have learned, what you have experienced, it is your duty to share that experience with all the other young men and women in the world, and especially in your states. So these are the prime duties that you must carry back home. The whole manifestation of the word gratitude to Bhagwan is in action, not only in words. Gratitude must come into action. We must lead our lives exemplary. We must become inspiration for others. And this inspiration, with humility, with forgiveness, with compassion, must draw more and more people on the path of humility and compassion and service. Brothers and sisters, don't get deluded. Ours is not an organization that only does seva. Ours is an organization that does seva based upon sadhana. Remember the difference. There is no organization in the world which has this principle as is given by Bhagwan. Bhagwan used to always say, what will please me is when you become good human beings with compassion and serve mankind. Bhagwan never said only serve. Bhagwan says transform. Do sadhana and then serve. For us, seva is a different dimension. Here we do seva not to propagate ourselves. Here we do seva not to get congratulated. And therefore I always urge the Satya Sai organization, all our people, do not congratulate each other because you are not the doer, I am not the doer. What are we congratulating each other for when the doer is the master? It is the collective power of our understanding and reflecting Swami's real essence. It's this form of gratitude that we must give Bhagwan. Indeed, go back home and thank your parents for giving you this opportunity. Give our regards as an organization on behalf of the Sri Satya Sai Central Trust, on behalf of the Sri Satya Sai Seva Organization in India, offer our great greetings to your parents, to your mothers, to your fathers, and say we are very, very happy and proud of them that they gave such opportunity to their children to join the Satsai organization and be a part of this learning process. I pray to Bhagwan to shower his immense grace and blessings upon each one of you. But remember, speak less, practice more, do more, and keep your thought, word, and deed one. Remember, the mind is the biggest thing. The Dhyana Vahini is something that needs to be remembered every breath of your life. Control your mind, silence your mind, because Swami is inside you, talking to you 24/7. You'll have no problems if you increase the volume of Swami as the voice of conscience in your heart. You'll have never problems in your life. You'll always take the right decision. You'll always be happy. The world may say whatever they want, but you will be strong and steady. The Satsai young messengers, the Satyasai youth leaders are men and women who stand forth like the two lions on the two sides of Bhagwan Shri Satsai Baba. You are not sheep, you are lions of Bhagwan Shri Satsai Baba. And therefore, lionesses also, before my sisters, and lions and lionesses of the Shri Satsai organization, because you are no ordinary. You have been selected by the Divine Master himself. And remember, when you are in the party of the Divine Master, nobody can defeat you ever in life. Jai Sai Ram, and thank you very much.